just ask this because I tend to gravitate toward the work that has maybe a heavier meaning or a more prescient meaning. I find that work really satisfying, but I also come from a background in musical theater, which is not necessarily that same discipline. But yet I was drawn to it like so many people are. And I remember watching this documentary when I was younger about Broadway. I think it's actually called Broadway the American Musical, maybe you've seen it. And there's a specific segment in it where it talks about the revival of Broadway and how Times Square was dead and a den of drug dealing and porn shops and prostitutes. And after 9/11, when the world in America was so grim and people felt so lost, Disney swooped in and bought a bunch of blocks of Times Square, renovated it, and essentially saved Broadway. Disney, this beacon of spectacle and fluff, if you call it. I mean, that's the entertainment that draws people who aren't traditionally theater goers, and they arguably saved that industry at that time because people so badly needed an escape. And I think entertainment as escape is almost equally as political because it serves a form. If you are engaging apolitically, political is still in there. And so I think that kind of work can be really important and satisfying for the right kind of artist. But what's really important is striking the balance between, because, okay, so look at 2004. Beauty and the Beast was in the Palace Theater, bringing in all these millions of patrons into the beautiful new theater on Broadway that wasn't previously operating. Also in 2004, you had Doubt, a Parable by John Patrick Shanley, which was very political, but not outwardly so. But it also grappled with the uncertainty and fear that people were feeling and trying to put a name on it and to grapple with it and find a way to be comfortable. So I think no matter what the art you're experiencing is political in some way, it all matters, and the balance is really important.
Just to piggyback off of that, I love when panel people say piggyback. So think about, and I agree, I do think art is political, and I think that's the only way it should be. Part of the definition of political, of course, it's relating to the government, but it's also anything related to the public affairs of the country. And the whole point of theater in particular is to make private public. Everything that happens in private lives becomes public. This is for us all to be able to relate to and to be able to understand where we fit in. And this is the beginning of where we find ourselves on where we stand politically. This is how we figure out what we stand for and why. And as far as finding value in making art that isn't politically charged, such as fun and light farces, I have managed to do both in all of the political theater that I've done, and I think it's important. It's a huge part of the human nature to be able to laugh and cry simultaneously. We are complicated beings. Even the people in Congress, we all have the ability to feel and kind of juxtapose these feelings on other people all together. And I think in order to create a package that is receptive, I think it's important that if art is political, it should still be palatable. You should still find a moment where you can smile if you're watching it. You should still find a moment where you can laugh or where you can cry. I mean, I've made my bread and butter off of these things. People leave the theater and they go, that was intense, but I can't believe you actually made me laugh. And it's the human experience. It's what keeps you talking about it in the car as opposed on the way home, as opposed to avoiding it altogether or feeling like you could just go home and watch a sitcom or whatever and nothing changes. So that's how I feel.
I think that art and politics kind of serve the same function in very vastly different ways, and that I think both of their jobs are to define who we are as a community and define who we are socially and understand, I guess, kind of what we need as a community in this moment. So we just did a production called First Date, which is a silly musical about a first date, surprise. And you know, it's not typically what we do. 99% of the stuff that Ensemble Theater does is vastly political, vastly social conscious raising, And I was sitting there with the team, we were discussing why we were doing this. And I kind of came to the realization that after the election, and with the fact that 95% of us have smartphones and we can see what's going on in the exact moment, and we're saddened by it, we're hurt by it, doing a show like First Date was actually the most socially conscious thing that we could possibly do, and force our audience to, you know, don't pull out your phone, just take a second and relax and recharge, and then go join the fight.
I think it's important to realize how much of art serves as a code as well. I'm thinking about the people making the art as well as the ones receiving it. Coming into my work with the Symphony, I did not have a classical music background. I've learned a lot of this over the past couple of years working there. And when we read about a piece by Tchaikovsky, you can't read that without understanding that he was a closeted homosexual in Russia, and how challenging that was, and how it colored his music, and how this was his way of saying what he couldn't say in words, what he would never have a chance to say in words. And we can look back on his life and his struggle through the code that is art. And I think sometimes we're just in a situation where that is the only way to express ourselves, is in thinly or thickly veiled through some version of art.
Yeah, I wrote down the words very slow persuasion, and I think that a lot of it is it's just a very slow process. I think we want to think about political art being something that's like, whiz bang, your mind has changed. Take that, you know, blood, you know. I mean, and to think about things that are, you know, entertaining. I mean, just think about how television has changed the course of America, and how powerful it is that if you sit there and you watch it day after day, day after day, I don't even want to know how it's, you know, affected what I think and what I believe, and I don't think I'll ever know exactly how it's changed me. But I do know that there are a lot of people on one side that would say, you know, television is too liberal, you know, that television has, or Hollywood, right? If you think about Hollywood and celebrities and how they usually side on the liberal side, right? So that kind of leads me to the, well, if it's so liberal, if it's so affecting, if it changes so much, who's watching what? And is there something that we can bring? What can I identify as liberal up here? Can I say that? Yeah. I know we're not supposed to be. But I mean, is there something, do liberals have too much of a hold on art? And are we just banging the same drum over and over again? And are we reaching just people who think like ourselves already? And I was reading American Theater magazine, and there were a lot of people that were maybe artistic directors in theaters and things like that, that were saying, we need to get theater into those flyover states, places where theater finds it very difficult to exist, right? So are we all getting the same picture in here as to what theater is, what entertainment is? Is it just Broadway? Is it Hollywood? Where are these rural areas? Are they getting theater? Are they